All right, everybody, welcome into the pregame show for Knicks versus Hawks, Game 5. I am seated right now, but I will be up and standing in less than 2 hours and about 10 minutes. We're going to have tip-off of a crucial Game 5 between the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. This first round still feels like we are in the midst of a grueling stretch, but it's only been 4 games. And today's game has to be the most intense, the most physical, the most executed, the most effort-based effort of the Knicks season. It's going to be a lot of motivation on both sides. Obviously, this game is huge for whoever wins the series. If the Knicks win this game, they go to Atlanta, and they have the chance to close out. It's difficult to close out games on the road, but the Knicks would have 2 tries to close out. And then if Atlanta wins, you're looking at going into a hostile environment in Atlanta. I know a lot of Knicks fans are there, but the Knicks fans are not going to take over an Atlanta crowd if they're not winning the game. So, the Knicks have to do their part. I thought they did a really good job over the weekend, but, you can't really celebrate your victory more than a day. I think maybe Sunday, chill out, get some rest, maybe look at some things, but we're going to look at some things in this show. Definitely hit the share button right now. We got 20 people in here on X, 20 people here on YouTube, 22 as it's growing and growing and growing. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit a comment, and also join the space so we can get different voices in here. I got questions lined up. I got topics lined up from you, the fans. And also your comments will be read on the screen. If you want to be brought up on camera, you can be brought up on camera. I'll send you the StreamYard link. Very simple. If you don't believe me, ask Deej. That goes for you, Nabil. Nabil, I know you're not afraid of the camera, so you can come up and ask your questions as the Toronto Raptors are involved in a 2-2 split. As well, we can talk about other things as it relates to the world of sports, definitely as it relates to basketball, get into other pop culture kind of things going on throughout the conversation. Shout out to the people that have joined so far. If you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening on X, shout out a couple people. We got Rook Shiesty in the building, Zeus, Dave Awara, Coach AG, Javi. We got Nabil, Uncle Billy, Yusuf, Knicks fans since birth. And we have also Central PA. Jack is in the building. Pastor Claudio is in the building. Shabani is here. Zeke is here. KC is here. Deck Ape is here. And 3 anonymous listeners. We love our anonymous listeners. All right. Let me open up the stage here for the comments that I asked for. As you can see, here's my graphic. There's a What's a Hedge t-shirt. You can cop that on the website. Let's start with Broadway Billy. Broadway Billy asks, how do you think we could create more corner threes specifically for Mikal? I'll answer that question by saying, number one, put him in the corner, have him be the corner bitch. Hopefully it doesn't flag me on YouTube, but definitely join up right now. I would say right now, Broadway Billy, putting him in the corner as a starter. And then also, getting some pick and roll actions with maybe playing with Mitch some, because Mitch draws a lot of those rim runs. But I would like to see Brunson, Mikal, and Mitch. If you want to run some actions there, you probably could get Mikal in the corner, even Mikal cutting from the corner down to the baseline. Do you trust Mitch on a little dump off a trap from Brunson to catch the ball and find Mikal as a cutter? Probably not. But, perpetual motion. One of the things that I've noticed about the Knicks is they go through a lot of dribble handoff series or kind of like escapism, free-flowing basketball that, we all know they can't put the ball on the floor. And we're going to talk about this a lot based off the questions that I got, especially about Karl-Anthony Towns and quote-unquote running the offense to Karl-Anthony Towns. And in your offense, you want to get the ball from point A to point B, okay? So there's 2 ways you can do that. You could dribble the ball, you could drive the ball, right? Or you could pass the ball. And if you want to pass the ball from point A to point B, there's kind of like think about it like a shape. You could go from top of a rectangle and go across, or you can go diagonal, or you can go down. The Knicks seem to like to go east to west a lot when it comes to their dribbling. They like to meander around the 3-point line, walk the ball across the 3-point line, use DHOs, dribble handoffs, to release themselves from pressure, and relocate and see if they could break the shell. So you're going to have the Knicks really in situations with Karl Anthony Towns has the ball at the top of the key or top of the perimeter. He's going to have, multiple guys cutting. You're going to see Jalen Brunson setting a screen for the wings. Brunson's going to come up around those screens, try to get loose, usually coming around on the perimeter, and then dipping down is going to be OG Anunoby. You're going to see that a bunch tonight. You're also going to see some counters, but as far as it goes to Mikal getting the ball in the corner, I'm not opposed to it early on in the game. See if you can get him going. Also, seeing if you could get him, maybe getting the ball into the hands of Karl Anthony Towns and then handing the ball off on a cut and seeing if he can, trail that cut and then get the ball. If he's denied, have Cat kind of dump the ball off to him as a cut. This is not a solo space. If you guys want to jump up, you're more than welcome. So that was the question. And then he adds, feel like we were getting all those all year and now he's getting none. I feel like if he gives us a modest 15 and these games wouldn't be close. I know that's asking for a lot at this point, laugh out loud. You got to feature him early in the game. Give him 2 or 3 looks. See if he's got a cook. And I'll tell you right now, Mike Brown and Leon Rose or Rick Brunson or Chris Gent, whoever is making these calls, they are not being preferential. There's no preferential treatment other than the starting lineup, which I do think actually hasn't really, with the exception of game 3, it actually hasn't killed the Knicks. Like their starting lineup hasn't been as bad as it's been in the regular season. In the regular season, the Knicks have really looked at being down historically, like every single game by double digits even. So the Knicks went down by like 11 points, 10 points in the first quarter, but they couldn't really get any offense going in game 3. But for the other games, the Knicks have started off, 1 possession game, 2 possession game, or taking a bigger lead in games 4 and also in games 2. Game 1, it was a little bit back and forth. Let's go down. Do you buy into the theory that Mike Brown is a one and done, even if we make it out of the East? Because my mom texted me for the contact for a barbecue guy. Can't do that right now, Mom. I'll let you know. If you want to join, I could text my mom the contact and make somebody else some money. But do you buy into the theory Mike Brown is a one and done, even if we make it out of the East? Depends. It depends how that finals would go. I don't think so. If he makes the NBA finals, I definitely don't think so. He's getting fired if he makes the NBA finals. I think that would at least prove that he got through the attrition of 3 series and he made the NBA finals. Now, if he gets to the NBA finals and he gets made a fool out of, sometimes the farther you go, the bigger the microscope. Like I'll say this with Tibbs. I think if Tibbs lost last year in Boston, I think the expectations would have been like, hey, this team wasn't that good. Boston was ahead of them. It was their first year. They weren't really together. The excuses were built. But because they got past Boston and they played a lower seed and the microscope got bigger on the franchise and people started to see the way the team was playing and maybe the flaws of the team in a little bit more concentrated sense, it added more pressure and more scrutiny onto Tom Thibodeau. So, if people find out that Mike Brown got out-coached, I think Mike Brown's obviously, he's not built into the fabric of this franchise. I think Jalen Brunson and the build of around him is built into the fabric of this franchise. So, like I said, like Mike Brown is a big time, pinata for people. I think there's reasons to get at him. I think obviously game 3 wasn't great. Game 2 in the first half wasn't great. Obviously game 2 at the end of the game wasn't great with the timeouts and the offense that he ran. But at the end of the day, accountability can be placed on Mike Brown. the actual product probably doesn't change much if it is a losing product this year, if he goes. But I said this the day he got hired in a space, and I said, Mike Brown, if he doesn't get him out of the first round, is gone. And people said, no, you can't do that. It's his first year. You can't do that. And I said, look, man, the expectations are at a sky high for this franchise. If he can't get him out of the first round, or he gets knocked down in the second round in 5 or so games, he's going to be gone, like automatic. So I think it's just, a lot of it is just, questioning a story writing just because there's 2 days between Saturday and Tuesday. So there's 2 days between that AP, and that's more than likely what's driving that story, other than like prospective kind of ideas. Anthony Canton says, what's the number one thing on the defensive end of the floor you're concerned about tonight? I was thinking about what the Atlanta Hawks might do. They put a lot on CJ McCollum. If you watch that game 4 again, they put a lot on him to create. And I think like the Knicks understand what spots he wants to go on the floor. Billy, what's up? If you want to join and co-host and kind of like freestyle this thing, we can. But right now I'm just going for the questions. I think a lot is put on CJ McCollum. And at this point, the Knicks know where he wants to go. He wants to go to his left hand. And when he goes to his left, he wants to go to that step back mid-range from the angles in the wing. When he goes to his right, he wants to go to that right-handed floater. Very rarely does he go all the way to the rim. Sometimes he'll dribble around baseline and circle out a little bit and do some type of up and under kind of work. But I think as far as what they could do, I think they could they could try again what they tried to do in game 1, which was go attack Josh Hart with Jalen Johnson. Now, obviously, that has not worked out in their favor, but now they're 4 games into the series. Jalen Johnson has to be a big boy, for lack of better terms, and he has to create looks for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. If he could break down the defense as their quote-unquote point forward, or as their guy who can get in the paint and actually draw attention, then that would make their offense like completely read and react. So Jalen Johnson has to get more touches, I think, for them. Now, the other thing they could do is they could run Josh Hart in screening games with Jalen Brunson's man. So if Jalen Brunson is guarding Dyson Daniels, they may put Dyson on ball and try to, run switches and things of that nature to see if they can get Jalen Johnson on switches. But at the end of the day, I do think they're going to try to get Jalen Johnson going early in this one and see if he can carry some of the load. When they try to go to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I am not impressed. His lefty, he likes to go ambidextrous, but when he goes to that lefty floater, that looks like a hell of a difficult shot. Kuminga is another guy that they could go to, but we see what to do with Kuminga. Kuminga, you get into the body and you could track him all the way from point A to point B and see if you can force him to make a mistake. And if a guy like Jordan Clarkson feels comfortable doing that, then that opens up the door for others to make him uncomfortable. The main thing with Atlanta, and it's no mystery, the main thing with Atlanta is you just can't turn the ball over. Can't turn the ball over. Can't let him get out and run. And you can't, give them fast break opportunities and let them play fast. Even after makes, definitely after misses, and definitely after live ball turnovers. Let's stop real quick and take a look at the stream. Shout out to Danny. He says, "Hey, bro, what would you do to prep the Knicks tonight if you were the coach?" I'm going to get to that after this sip of coffee. If I were the Knicks, and obviously I wouldn't be the head coach, if I were just in that locker room, I would tell these guys it's all about mentality, man. It's all about building that killer mentality. Like, what are you going to do tonight's game that was different from game 4's game, but has the same elements of what you want to accomplish? I would really build on the philosophy. I would get these guys in a circle and talk and see what kind of game we want to play before I get all rah-rah, because these guys are going to be all fired up. They're going to hear the talks. I would just get them in a room, probably get them a little bit early and talk about what you want to execute and get them focused and get them to understand, block out the noise, stay focused, build a new competitive edge inside your spirit, and come out and have a goal early on in the game. What is your early goal? Do you want to make Atlanta call the first timeout? I thought the Knicks did a great job of making Atlanta call timeouts in game 4. Do you want to leave the first quarter with a lead? Do you want that second unit to maintain its intensity? I think Mike Brown's, not to get away from what Mike Brown's going to do, what I would do, it's just about letting one of the things I was thinking about this morning was everybody that steps on the floor for the Knicks should have an equal amount of intensity. Like Alvarado, Clarkson, McBride, and Mitch. It should be very clear from an intensity standpoint. If there's a drop off, you're not going to play. And I think that was very clear from the set of Mike Brown's rotations, taking out Mikal Bridges with 7:43 to go in the second half, and him not ever coming back into the game. So it's more of like an intensity thing. It's a protect home court thing, and not in a cliche way. And I want to find a way to not say protect home court. Maybe call it enforce home court. Maybe make them feel uncomfortable. Make them feel you. Things like that. Like, don't have that be a part of your adjustments. Have that a part of your game plan. That's what I would say. Let's go through these comments real quick. Just Knicks says, salute, love the pod. Thank you, Just Knicks. Yanni says, let's go Knicks. Absolutely. When you get in this space, man, this time is going to fly by. Don't worry. Don't feel anxious, man. Nabil says, yo, what's going on? Scott Engel says, opinion. OG continuing to play at a regularly high level and Cat raising his game in the playoffs eases pressure on JB. Just makes the Knicks best version of themselves in the playoffs. Thanks. I agree. I think that I said this going into game 3 when the Knicks dropped game 2. The Knicks are going to need another person to step up because I admit it. I tried to troll the Hawks fans and Dyson Daniels into saying, Brunson's going to, or maybe I didn't troll. Maybe I actually did believe this, but at some level, Jalen Brunson's going to figure his stuff out. But then when you look at this matchup, it really does look like Darrelle Revis is on him. It looks like he's going to get 4 catches for 44 yards and go about his business. Now, hopefully some of those catches and yards are going to be impactful. So hopefully you get drives going, but it's going to need to come from somebody else. You're not going to put Brunson on Daniels Island or Alcatraz or however you want to call it and just feed through that. Now, this morning, I woke up this morning and I said to myself, when was the last time the Knicks were 2-2 at Madison Square Garden in the best of 7 series? So I went back and obviously we didn't make it to game 5 tied up in the Hawks series. Then we missed the playoffs. Then we had the Cavs series where we were up 3-1 in game 5 and we took care of business in Cleveland. And then the following series, we were down 3-1 and we played game 5 at Madison Square Garden before losing game 6 in Miami. Then the following year, we went up 3-1. We had game 5 at Madison Square Garden and Tyrese Maxey had the 4-point play and the Knicks lost in overtime. And then that following series, the Knicks were tied 2-2. They were up 2-0. They got tied 2-2 in Indiana. And I was like, let me look back at that game 5 in Madison Square Garden and let me watch. And I was just like, damn, Jalen Brunson was incredible in game 5. People forget about that because the Knicks lost the series. But he went 18. This is off the top of the head. You can fact check it. 18 of 35, 44 points and 7 assists. That's incredible. In a dominating victory, Miles McBride chipped in, Josh Hart chipped in. This is obviously Dante and Precious and Isaiah Hartenstein and Alec Burks had some big shots at the end of the game. But, Brunson could just find the rhythm tonight. You never know. I wouldn't count him out. And again, Brunson went off in game 1 with 19 points. Now, they weren't able to, wasn't like he was breaking down Dyson Daniels off the dribble. Okay, it wasn't like he was getting those points on Dyson Daniels, but I wouldn't count out Jalen Brunson. It's a beautiful thing that Karl Anthony Towns stepped up. It's a beautiful thing that OG Anunoby stepped up, because now it's going to take a little bit of the attention off Jalen Brunson. And Nabil, I got you the StreamYard link. Hold on one second. But we got 136 people in the room. Definitely share the space out. I will have people come up. So Nabil, I'm actually going to hit you up right now in the DM. Didn't think I would ever say that. But hey, Nabil, what's up? There's the link. You guys, you can join it right now. Let's go through one more comment. Definitely hit the request button if you want to talk as well. What's up to King Deej in the building, man? We are going to be doing these spaces before the game. We're going to be live during the game, and we're going to have post game. For so long, I looked at it like, oh, so-and-so's doing pregame. Someone's doing a halftime. Someone's doing a post game. And then I'm like, this is what I love to do. I can do it. I got the stamina. I can do it for as long as I want. Now I got all the equipment pretty much. Let me just rock out, bro. It's the playoffs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to bring up Nabil.
What's going on?
Nabil, what's going on, brother?
Not much. Just in the car waiting for my sister to finish her appointment. But yeah, big game today. Pivotal game 5 for both teams. I want the Knicks to win in 6, but at the end of the day, I just want a competitive game today. I don't want no blowouts. I want to see a Jalen Brunson masterclass. So hopefully he has that in store. Mikal Bridges has to do better, of course, because this season and this series has not been his best. And yeah, I just want to see a good competitive game, and I think the Knicks will take this game, feed it off their home crowd, and they will tell Atlanta because they're the better team. The Knicks are. So yeah.
So you got a prediction for me, Nabil?
Prediction, score prediction.
Give me a prediction. Who's going to win the game? You don't need to give me a score. Who's going to win the game?
The Knicks by, I'd say, 5.
Knicks by 5. You think it's going to be a close 5 or a sweated out last minute 5?
I want it to be a sweated out type thing because it's playoffs intensity. So, gotta get all the close games you want.
Who's going to step it up for the Knicks tonight? Give me one player who you envision stepping it up.
I'm not going to say Jalen Brunson because obviously that's the obvious answer. I'll say hopefully Mikal Bridges or
don't get too cute, Nabil. Don't get too cute.
Or Deuce.
Okay, I could do Deuce. Yeah. I had a vision. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did have a vision of Mikal getting his shit together today. I did have a vision of it, but maybe with your blessing, man. Good luck to the Toronto Raptors, man, as they're tied 2-2. I'll give you a minute to talk about the Raptors before we get back to the Knicks.
All right, I'll talk about this before I head out. I have to drive home. But yeah, 2-2, game 5 tomorrow. Kind of nervous, we lost the first 2 in Cleveland, but we've won 2 in a row now, so I think we have the momentum. I think that Scotty will continue his hot streak, and I think that RJ will continue to be a dominant force inside the paint. That's crazy to say, but it's not really. And I think we could take game number 5 if we all play up. But Brandon Ingram has to do better. That's one guy that needs to step up. But I think that our shooting would be better than last game for sure.
Right. All pressure shifts to Cleveland. That's the game for you to steal. And then the good thing is you guys are comfortable at home taking care of business. So they really have to get the reins back in this series. I think that one's going 7. All right, man. Everybody, shout out to Nabil, man. Put him 100s in the chat, man. First person to jump on the pregame with me on the camera. So there you go, Nabil. You just made history, brother.
There you
Have
go.
a good one, brother.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace. Look at Nabil in that car. Look at Nabil in that car, man. All right. Danny says, agreed. No intensity, no minutes. And Julian, who also copped a t-shirt, man. Shout out to Julian. Repost the stream. All right, let's get back to some of these questions. Let's get back to some of these questions. This is from Nickel and Diamond. Nickel and Diamond from South Florida, man. Shout out to South Florida, man. Shout out to Miami. Shout out to other places in South Florida. Shout out to Coral Gables. Shout out to is that what it's called, Deej? I'm in Coral Gables. Yeah, man. Where are you at right now? If you're out of New Jersey, New York, let me see you put 100 up or a heart up. If you're out of the city, if you're out of the city area, don't GG, don't Staten Island, don't count. If you're outside of the city, man, and you're repping the Knicks worldwide, let me see you put up an emoji, man. Let me see how far Knicks Nation goes, and I'll shout you out. We got D Black, man, in the building. We got Nick. All right. We got Daps in the building. Zeke. We got Claudio. We got Nick Head. I know where all these people are, actually. Nick Head is in Australia. How you doing, mate? Claudio is upstate. Zeke, I'm not sure. Daps is, I think South Florida. Nickel and Diamond is South Florida. Watch Nerd, I do not know. Javi is in Orlando. Deej is in Florida. Smooth is in, of course, Longhorn. He's in Texas. John is in Florida. I don't know exactly in Florida, though. John G, I do not know. Brendan is in Texas, I'm pretty sure. Mid Knicks, I do not know. Xavier, I do not know. CJ, I do not know. But wherever you're checking in from, man, every day you go to work and you represent the Knicks, man, you're spreading the energy of desperation and loyalty. And there's nothing more dangerous than a loyal, desperate person, man. They will do anything, man. So hey, tell your boss and your coworkers, leave me alone. You know what I mean? You're going into work. People got their work drama. People got their work thing. Oh, I need you to do this. I need you. Have you noticed yourself working on autopilot recently? Like doing it without even thinking about it? I did so much work today where I was just like, I did all that? Like even today, I put a jump on my wife's car and I was like putting the thing on. I don't even know. I was about almost electrocuting myself. I'm thinking about Mikal Bridges. Craziness. All right, Nickel and Diamond says a lot of talk about the Hawks' quote-unquote final adjustments potentially being the wing on Cat, big on Josh. How do you think we adjust if they do? Does Cat as the hub negate that matchup in any way? Yeah, man. So what she's talking about is the traditional set of defense, which is putting a big on Josh and laying off Josh, and then putting a wing, Dyson Daniels on Cat. I think if they do that, then you probably run to see if Brunson can take care of Nikhil. Or you go right at CJ. You send Mikal over at those screens and go at CJ. I would take a little bit of the Cat offense away because it would take those back cuts out of it. Because Okongwu is just going to hang out. Okongwu is just going to hang out. Now, the thing is, Josh has been great. Not necessarily with the three ball. He's actually been terrible with the three ball. We haven't really needed him to hit a bunch of three balls, though. I think in game 3, if he hit a couple, we would have won that game. But that's a very good question. I do think you're going to see them mix it up tonight. I think the Knicks are just going to have to be patient, read. You could see Atlanta pack the paint and say, we'll give up threes, especially in that starting unit. They may say Mikal hit some shots, OG hit some shots, Josh hit some shots, and Brunson and Cat were not giving you anything. That definitely could be a thing. And does Cat being the hub negate that matchup in any way? We haven't seen extended Daniels on Cat. I don't think Cat would have an issue with Daniels as opposed to what he's been doing to Kuminga or Okongwu. I don't think, other than the sleight of hand, I don't think he would have issues with them. Now, the thing is Cat going to be consistent for 2 games in a row? And can you actually put that on Cat? I know I can put responsibility on Brunson. He's not going to run away from it. He may have a terrible efficiency game, but he's not going to run away from it. Cat, the team is built for Jalen to run the offense. He's the point guard. He's the best ball handler. He's the best shooter. He's the best shot maker. He's the leader. One of the things I want to give credit to, there's another guy in Florida. What's his name? I'm tripping. I was on his podcast. The kid from FAU. The name is sliding me right now. He's the young kid from FAU. Is the kid Alex B made fun of for having a fake jersey? Let me know in the comments who this guy is. It's really bothering me because he's a good guy. He put it up on his show. I was watching his show and he was talking about the Knicks need to run the offense through Cat. And I was like, are they disciplined enough as an organization to actually do that? I don't know. I'm very interested. Very interested to see if they actually do that. All right, let's good question. Very good question. Dylan? That's Dylan? Okay. Is it Dylan? Dylan Backer. FAU. Shout out to Owls. Shout out to the Owls. Owls don't go caw. Owls go probably a little bit something like that. Probably something like that. Clip that up and say I'm unhinged. Matt. Is he back from go look up an owl sound and let me know how far off I am on that. Shout out to the Temple Owls. What's another Owls? Florida Atlantic Owls. There's the owl from the Secret of Nim, the wise owl. That's a scary owl, man. You ever seen that movie? I've seen that. Billy like, yeah, I read Secret of Nim. It's a good novel. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Lefty. There's a lot of owls. There's a lot of owls in pop culture. What's your favorite owl? There's the Tootsie Pop owl, right? Am I tripping? There's the Tootsie Pop owl. Let me look this guy up. Let me look this guy up and put him on the screen for you guys real quick. Tootsie Pop owl. Absolutely the Tootsie Pop owl. Look at this guy. Look at this how many licks ass Tootsie Pop owl. Freaky owl. Let's take a look at this owl. Look at me competing with Brutus for his pregame space. Just talking about the Tootsie Pop owl. They coming in here on Anonymous like, what do you got? Let's see his game plan. Here it is. Here's the Tootsie Pop owl. Look at this freak. How many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Pop? What a freak. Who thinks about it? Who counts their licks? That is not even Rook Shiesty would do that. This is Rook Shiesty right here. Look at this guy. This is Rook Shiesty. How many licks? Is there an actual answer? Let me chat GBT this shit real quick. Chat GBT. How many licks? Let me type it in Ari caps. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? What's your guess, folks? Do you think there's a certain amount of licks? Let's take a look. There isn't a single real answer, but there have been many attempts to measure it. The famous conclusion comes from a Purdue University Tootsie Pop study. Average human licking machine, about 364 licks to reach the center. Wow. All right. Game 5, an hour and a half. There we did. We just killed 2 more minutes, folks. I'm doing a service right now. we just killed 2 more minutes. All right, let's get back to the questions. I see some people shouting out their cities. We got Danny saying he's in Lancaster. It's actually Lancaster. I actually went on a job interview in Lancaster. That was the most corporate job interview I ever went on. really nice job. They had like a whole like work lounge, like a staff lounge with like ping pong and all this stuff. I almost made it in Lancaster. Then I didn't get the job. Then and I went to Camden and I started substituting first grade. It was like the Chappelle skit. It was like, bitch, I'm selling crack. Nah, it wasn't like that. It kind of was though. It kind of was. Not with the kids, but around the school. Like it definitely was. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. We got 200 people in the chat. Liquor store, gun store. All right. Best Papa Left impersonation, Tony and the woman telling him to eat a spaghetti. Yeah. Wow, what you want? Yo, like, is spaghetti a little meatball? Like, it's the same dish every single time. That's why I'm going now. I want some hawk meat. Yeah, man. All right. Matt. What's up, Matt? Let's bring Matt up to the screen real quick. Hold on a second. Is this it? No. This is that was Nabil's stuff. Here we go. This is it. Do the Hawks get their best punch tonight, and have we already seen it? I think their best punch was first quarter, second quarter of game 3. I think that was it. Like Kuminga going nuts, hitting a baseline jumper over Mitch. That's when I knew we were screwed. And like once he hit that shot, I'm like, all right. CJ hit some shots. Like, I don't think they may get one guy that has a heater tonight. Like it could be McCollum, it could be Naw, right? But I don't think they actually get like a unified. Now I could say this and Knicks lose by 20 tonight, and the joke's on me. But I don't think that. I think we did get their best punch, and if we get their best punch, it's going to come down to game 6, where we just might get the NBA product. Like we're pushing this, extending it to 7 games. It's a good question. I think our best punch beats their best punch, but they could punch us first, and we could not be able to punch back enough. Because I do think we're about 1 to 2 possessions better than this team. I think they had a poor performance in game 4. I think most of the times, if these teams played 10 times, I think the differentials of point differential would be 1 to 10. Cool Breeze disagrees. He says Knicks winning by 10 plus. Hopefully. I'm down. After today, I'm down. All right. Shit. It's another reason I'm retiring. We got D Black says, think we see Snyder use any different players or lineups to slow down the actions New York's was running through Cat. What could he do? I'm thinking like Okongwu got in foul trouble, Noah got in foul trouble. So we gotta understand that. You know what I mean? We gotta understand that. Like Noah and Okongwu are probably not gonna be in foul trouble. They're gonna play better defense, right? We can put that in. We got not surprised at all, but Mike Brown confirms they are not changing the starting lineup. Same group. Okay. Starting lineup is now relevant because it's the starting lineup as a formula. And then once Mike makes that first sub, it's all bets are off. And then also start the second half too. But second half he's gonna have a less of a leash. I'm thinking D Black. I'm thinking maybe if you want to come up and tell me what your thoughts are with that. We've seen Reese Shea. He's terrible. We've seen a little bit of Kispert. He's kind of there. Gabe Vincent is cool. We haven't seen Newell. We've seen a little Tony Bradley. We've seen Muhammad Gay. We're not going to run Gay in a Kongwu. They're not going to run Bradley in a Kongwu. Maybe they go small ball 5, but I don't think that really helps their situation. So we've seen everything the Hawks have to offer. The Knicks could tinker around a little bit more, but yeah, I don't think there's anything they could do. But here comes D Black. D Black, what do you think could be the adjustment to the Cat OG Brunson kind of like 3-man offensive scheme. What would you think?
What's going on, Lefty? Yeah, that was actually my guess too. Is that they're going to play Kuminga, maybe play Okongwu a little bit less.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go small.
Yeah, small ball 5, like you said. Yeah.
I could see that. Now I wonder if Gay is a part of the small ball, and they go Gay, Kuminga, Johnson, or Gay, Johnson, Nikhil, CJ, and Gabe, or have they played CJ and Gabe together? I don't think they have.
I don't think so. I was thinking that you were just.
Or Daniels.
Yeah.
So CJ Daniels, no, Kuminga Johnson, or CJ Daniels, no, Kuminga Gay, or Kuminga Okongwu. Kuminga Okongwu is interesting. Kuminga Okongwu and Daniels and Noah is interesting. I don't know.
It just looked like Kuminga. I mean, Kuminga, I think, did a little bit better of a job, I think, than Okongwu did. I don't know. I guess we'll see tonight, but it's going to be interesting because they definitely have to adjust to that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can stay up with me and talk about these questions. I got Yusuf. He says, "What's the plan for the Hawks if they keep switching to adjust what we saw in Game 4?" So that kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. So Yusuf is a big time supporter of the channel, big time account here. Definitely hit him with a follow. Game 1 broke me. He's shouting out Deej, who had Game 4 broke me. Deej, I'm wondering when you join me, are you gonna have any heartbreaking in your bag tonight? Are you gonna have any heartbreak in your bag? I'll be honest, I'm not ready for a loss. I don't think I'm expecting a loss, but if I get a loss, I'm not where I was in Game 3. I was in the shits in Game 3. Now I'll tell you, it's win or die in Game 6. A lot of people are like telling me like it's win or die tonight. I'm like, it's not win or die tonight. It's not. You want it to be. You want them to go out with win or die, but it ain't win or die. Win or die is like down 2-1. Like look at the Pistons. Look what happened to the Pistons last night. Look at the conversations about they're dead. They're in the casket, half open. Walk by. You know, I'm gonna miss them. Look at that smile. You know, like they're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They got their whole Twitterverse is done. They're blaming the Australian guy, then they're blaming the Korean guy. It's terrible. It's borderline racist. So he says, "What's the plan for the Hawks? Keep switching into tonight to adjust." I think they might try to play with a little bit of quicker pace. Maybe D Black, maybe play a little bit more physical. Maybe get a little chippy, try to like get the Knicks out of their game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. They're gonna have to. You know, they can't just let the Knicks keep running into their offense like easily like last game. So that would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
I think that the biggest story from their locker room was they just punked us. So
yeah, I mean, you look that bad, you got to come back from that, especially now for them on the road.
Yeah, Yusuf said if we lose, it'll be worse than Game 3 if we lose tonight. I agree. I'm just saying, like I just believe in the Knicks with their back against the wall now. I do not believe in the Knicks with killer instinct on the table. I don't. Like, they have to prove it to me. They proved to me they can play with their backs against the wall like a focused game. Tonight, I'm kind of like, dude, are you going to come out gangbusters? That's why I looked up that game, that 2-2 game against Indiana. And then these people commented, the Knicks lost that series. Like, even Darul was like, yeah, and then we lost the next 2. And I'm thinking, like, do you want me to read that and say, like, I hope we lose tonight? Like, what do you want me to take from that? Yeah, we lost that game. We lost that series. Okay, like, we still won Game 5. I still want Game 5. Now, what is it called? I was listening to State in another space. The State was saying how he wants to get it out of the mud and he wants to see legacy games and all this kind of stuff. And I agree that LeBron kind of needed that Game 6 legacy game. And those games kind of do like get you through like You know, when you see a guy, like a stunt man do a whole bunch of stunts, like I'm sure the first time they did the stunt, it was like the craziest thing. But like once they start doing stunts, it's like they can do anything. You know what I mean? Like I feel like LeBron, once he got, but I don't want to be in that position this series. I would much rather, you don't get, first of all, you don't get legacy games in the first round. Okay. Because if you achieve the legacy game in the first round and you get ousted in the second round, it wasn't a legacy game. You just struggled against a shit team, to be honest. Let's keep going. This is from Matt on Matt 11 _11. He says, what has surprised / impressed you the most about the Knicks so far in the series, despite being tied 2-2? Surprised me and impressed me. Josh Hart's impact on Jalen Johnson. He did have a good showing against him in the end of the regular season, and he got up into the body against Noah and stuff like that, but I thought that was going to be a problem. I've been shocked at how well, because if you really watch Josh Hart, you could get caught up in his individual, hustle plays and things of that nature, offensive rebounds. And obviously you watch his offense and it's a lot of, nasty basketball. And then he hits like a crazy shot or something like that. But then he on defense, if you really watch Josh is terrible sometimes on defense. Like he gets cooked like badly. They joke about it, how bad he gets cooked. So when it comes to the surprise me, I think like the fact that the Knicks can finesse other and rotate other different matchups around the fact that they say like, yo, I can Velcro Josh to Jalen Johnson and then run OG on Okongwu or run Mikhail on Noah or try to, work on the pick and rolls with Brunson and CJ and see if you can just live with that. So I think that as far as anything that else has surprised me, I would say, I would say I'm not surprised by OG. I'm a little surprised by how Jalen Brunson hasn't been able to do anything against Dyson Daniels. But I'm not. That doesn't shock or surprise me. Maybe Mitchell Robinson. I would say Mitchell Robinson's lack of impact on this series. I thought going into this series, I thought Mitch would have a much bigger impact. They've really taken him out of the series. Started with the hack of Mitch. Then it got into like in game 2, they were just running nonstop, screening games, pick and rolls. Mitch has to switch or communicate, and he's being caught like in no man's land, and he just hasn't been an effective player. So I think those two things. D Black, what do you think? Shocked or surprised in terms of what has impressed you from the Knicks despite being down 2-2?
I would say the offense that they ran last night. I really like the offense that they ran last night. I'm hoping to see more of it tonight.
Yeah, that offense is great. We've seen the Knicks run offense through Cat, but not at the level of nonstop spamming. Like they spammed that at the end of the third quarter. When Brunson came back in the game, Brunson leaves the game. Knicks are up about 8 points. Brunson leaves the game. Alvarado gets a steal. Anunoby gets the layup. And then Alvarado hits the 3. And Brunson kind of comes back in the game as the Knicks are up 16 or 19 points or so. And then, Brunson obviously wasn't having success. And Cat was. So Brunson came in the game and they kind of just kept on with the actions that they had. So that was good. So shout out to Jalen Brunson for not getting in the way. Sal says, which Hawk are you most impressed by? I like Onyeka Okongwu a lot. It's funny, like I think the easy answer, D Black, is McCollum, but I think Daniels' defense is that good, but I wouldn't give it to him because his offense is actually that bad. So I want to say what Dyson is doing to Jalen Brunson is great, but their biggest success in this series, in my opinion, wasn't game 3. It was game 2 when they took Dyson out of the game for Kuminga and they could actually run offense. So Noah hasn't been impressive. Okongwu is like, I wish Okongwu was on the Knicks. I wish Daniels was on the Knicks. McCollum wouldn't have a role here because Brunson's here. That's the way I would think about it. Like, who would I want on our team? I think Okongwu would be perfect for our team. You know what I mean? Because he can play that backup four. You could put him a little bit at the five. He truly is that 4-5 guy. You kind of like interchange him with Cat. So, who sticks out to you from? I don't think anybody off their bench. Obviously, Gabe Vincent's a vet. He's reliable. Kuminga has had his moments here. I think if we let Kuminga be a talking point, he will. I think if we bring intensity to Kuminga, he is going to be flustered. But yeah.
You know, I agree. I think O'Connell's been the bright spot. I think he's shooting 50% from three for them this series. So yeah, he's been a little bit of an issue. Yeah, like you said, Nickeil Alexander-Walker hasn't really got it going yet. I think with CJ, you kind of like almost expect it. You know, I don't know if I want to say that, but you know what I mean. Jalen Johnson, I think, has had a good past couple of games. You know, the first two games, I don't think he was that great. So yeah, I think Okongwu. I mean, they haven't really had anyone besides Kuminga off the bench. You know.
Yeah, I kind of, the Hawks kind of like, I knew the Hawks were going to be a tough team, and I knew if we gave them life, they were going to seize the opportunity. They messed up in game 4. We did our job, but they messed up in game 4. That might have been, when you look back at the series, that might have been their opportunity to actually win it. Because right now, I do think the Knicks, knock on wood, bro, knock on wood, I do think we're going to take care of business tonight and have 2 tries to beat Atlanta. Now, I don't know if the Knicks can go beat Atlanta 3 times in a row, because I do think they are that close. But it really, if we win tonight, a one-off is a one-off. It is what it is. All right, let me go to the quote tweets. I think I have them on my page here. All right, hold on a second. Hi, Papa Left. How you doing? Shout out to John for sharing the space. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. We got about 1,458 subscribers on YouTube, man. So that'll help us out, get this channel out to more Knicks fans like you. There's a lot of Knicks fans out there. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody. I do want to shout out everybody. Brandon, I'm sorry I forgot you're in Tampa. I don't know why I thought you were in Dallas. Okay. Willie says, how can we hide JB defensively? Because every Hawk treats him like food. You can't. All you can do is switch up the matchups. Or what you can do, instead of hiding him, you can trap. And the Knicks have started to trap CJ McCollum. Also, by this time in the series, I mean, Brunson's just gotta he's gotta understand, like, dude, like, you're gonna have to defend. And hopefully by game 5, you know what guys are trying to do. Like, I don't think it's okay for, like, you see how Brunson got his and one on McCollum? You see, like, he had to go through a series of moves. You had to back him down, bring it out, back him down again, spin, up and under, spin, and one. Like, Brunson can't, he'll get cooked regardless, but at least make him go into a series of moves. Like, McCollum's been getting, like, floaters and, you know, shimmies and shakes and crossovers. Like, make it a little difficult for him, but you can't hide him. The one thing that you can do is you can pick your poison and whom you want Brunson to get the assignment by. And do you want to switch on everything, or do you want to trap? I think the Knicks got to make CJ McCollum a point guard, and I think they got to, you know, make him reverse the ball, trap the ball, reverse the ball, see if that next connector piece is Dyson Daniels. And I'll tell you what, Jalen Johnson don't want to shoot with any type of closeout. It's like you see Cat don't want to shoot with a closeout. Like, Jalen Johnson hates the closeout. Like, he'll step into one if he's wide open, but same thing with McCollum too. Like, McCollum don't really shoot a lot of deep ones either. Gil Vasquez says, should pockets, it's not referring to hot pockets. What's your favorite hot pocket out there, man? I like just the classic, man. Some people like the pepperoni. Some people like, you know, the sausage. You know what I mean? That's a member of the tribe. I can't really tell you what that one is like. You know what I mean? I have a weird thing with sausage, man. Pause. But I have a weird thing with it. Like, it's just like I could do anything. I could break all the rules, but I just can't eat pork, man. I just can't do it. Should Pockets continue to run the offense through Cat if Brunson continues to struggle? The biggest question for me, Gil, this is a great question, is why would you ask that question if you're Mike Brown and not just impose it as a known fact? Brunson is struggling, therefore run the offense through Cat. Now it's home. Brunson's the man. I watched this dude score 44 points this morning. I still feel Jalen Brunson has that. Oh God, I'm going to say it. Fuck you. He's got that fuck you energy, man. He's still got it, bro. Brunson's still got that in his bag. I'm not a Brunson stan, but he's still got a little bit of that fuck you energy, bro. He's still got it. So I would treat it like, hey, man, let's see if we can do what we did in game one. Let's see if you can get you loose. Shoot some shots. But my thing with Brunson, I don't care what you do, Brunson. Just make quick decisions. Be a master of the offense. You understand? Be a master of the offense as we come up on the top of the hour here, 6:56 in Eastern Standard Time. Game starts in about an hour and 4 minutes. Brandon says, brother, it's no problem. One in thousands of people. Appreciate you, Brandon. All right, man. Let's go back to some of the questions. Gil Vasquez is a tremendous supporter, man. I do way too much focusing on people who are haters, man. He is a true supporter. Edge. Yo, what's good? I was being respectable, but respectfully, Mookie Wilson was one of the greatest Mets ever. Willie Randolph is a close second. After that, I'll go with Lee Mazzilli. Don't ever forget. Yo, I hate when the Knicks give up 120 points and they dudes have the nerve to put a construction hard hat on like they're John Olerud. Man, take that shit off. You look funny in the light. Son, you look funny in the light, son. Respectfully. What is Edge here? What is the I had the John Ola. I'm not gonna lie. I had the John. I'll admit it. I go on walks, and if this makes me sound crazy, maybe it does. I go on walks, and sometimes I'll break out an Edge. Sometimes I'll break out a Billy. Sometimes I'll break out a Tony. Sometimes I'll break out an Ari, and I'll just do it. My dog probably thinks I'm crazy. I don't do a D black when I'm walking. You definitely got to practice. Edge says, "What is the counter to the Carl Sabonis OG back cuts?" Don't face guard. Simple. Play the gaps. It's very simple. And if people are a little confused, what I'm saying is, like, when I say face guard, I'm not trying to be a jackass right now, but I'm saying they're literally denying the pass. They're not letting the Knicks get the pass. They're all over the action. And what they're doing is, it's not everybody. It's that they're face guarding Jalen Brunson, meaning they're not allowing him to get a pass. So the way the Knicks are getting out of that is they are using Jalen Brunson as a screener, and then the guys get caught up in trying to, switch on Jalen, and then OG is getting loose, or Jalen's getting loose, or Carl's getting a lane. It's impossible to guard. Honestly, they should stop doing it. They should stop denying the pass, and they should play underneath and pick a better poison than that, because a wide open dunk is ridiculous at this point. Now, if I were them, I would see if Cat can go one-on-one. I would play off a little bit and see if they can let Cat go one-on-one, and see if Cat's got rhythm, because Cat's a rhythm player. And if he's out of rhythm, boy, he could be a net negative. If he's in rhythm, he could dominate the whole quarter. So that would be my counter to the Carl Sabonis situation. Let's go back to some of these questions. Colin Kaepernick. You know, I'll give Colin Kaepernick a follow. All right. This is Nicholas Braxton. He says, do you think Brunson should be off ball more? Yeah. I would put him off ball almost religiously. Unless it's even late in the game, I would. But yeah, I would. One possession game, you want to give him the ball, you want to do the NBA product thing, go for it. You can't fight City Hall, man. It's 7:00, by the way. Got an hour left till the game starts. So I would put him off ball almost religiously. All right. Let's go to one and done. We did that. Shout out to Billy with the who is this, by the way? Let's do that. I did that for engagement. I'm not gonna lie. All right. And then let's go to the comments. 284 people. When it gets to about 7:59, I'm going to hit this button. All right. See that? And I'm going to start standing. Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing science. Yeah, bro, you're seeing science. If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing what I'm going to do. And then for right now, I don't want to stand for 5 hours. I'm bringing this shit down. I'm bringing it down. I feel like Austin Powers when they're like, release, ta-da! And it's like taking forever. Yeah, but this is really cool, man. It's really cool. It's an electric standing desk. All right, let's read these comments. And definitely come up, man. We got a round table. Billy, I don't know what type of situation is going on with your strep throat, but we don't got time. The answer on licks is 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, so that's what he did. He probably counted like that, at least according to the commercial. Yeah, absolutely. Crows, man. What's the difference between a crow and a raven? Crows. A raven's smaller. A raven's like a bird. A crow is like a crow is like getting into vulture territory, I feel. What is the main difference between a crow and a raven? Ravens are, I'm wrong. Ravens are significantly larger than crows, roughly the size of a red-tailed hawk, with a deeper croaking call rather than a caw. The main differences are size. Ravens are much bigger, tail shape, wedge diamond for ravens, fan rounded for crows, throat feathers, shaggy on ravens, sleek on crows, and flight style. Ravens soar, crows flap. So I was wrong. Our resident Raven expert is still in the listener spot. That's Deesh. Yeah, Breeny. I can tell you that Chris McAllister had a... oh, yeah, Tony Saragusa. He was called the Goose. Oh, man. Remember Tony Saragusa? Billy remembers Tony Saragusa. Yeah, Tony Saragusa, number 98, nose tackle, sideline reporter. He was the first guy. He was the first guy. He was the first man on the moon. Like he was the first man on the moon. Oh man, I don't know how he got on the rocket ship. Oh, he got his big old ass on the big meatball looking ass. All right. Let's read these comments. I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know, like, functionally, me speaking like this has no advantage. Actually, it's gonna be me pulling back. It's just a habit. Not owls. This is from Cool Breeze 718. Salute. Crooks. Scott Angle with an LMAO. Crows/Ducks. Knicks winning by 10 plus. We read that. This is a good comment. As long as the Knicks win the first quarter and enter the fourth with a lead, the Knicks are good. Now that is that I thought this was going to be a good comment. But damn, that second half of that comment is crazy. As long as the Knicks enter the fourth with the lead, we're good. My friend, are you not traumatized? Like, you better than me, bro. What's up? What's up, Black?
I was just gonna say, when time expires and we're ahead on the scoreboard, that's one.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to this one. Better D on Kuminga last game was a key. Yeah, Kuminga's just was terrible, bro. His shot selection was crazy. I think he's got to get to the lane a little bit more before he shoots a three. Like, he probably should shoot 2 threes a half. And if he makes the first, try the second, and then never shoot a three again. I don't know. Clyde!
What's going on?
I'm sitting at my desk.
Working a lot of overtime, buddy. I didn't volunteer or vouch for this.
Oh, well, you're not actually at work right now. You're in the stands eating chicken tenders and fries.
Chipotle, but that close enough.
I got some chicken and I got some, I don't know if it's orzo or it's pilaf or it's barley. I'm not sure. I had it earlier. I've been on autopilot all day. Like, I've been just thinking about the Knicks all day. Like, I've been doing things, but I haven't really been paying attention to doing them. But
I'll be back when the game starts. You got the pregame.
yeah. Brini, did you see my thumbnail?
I did.
It's pretty good. Did you see I put the Ravens hat?
I saw the little Easter eggs that you put up for me.
Yeah, ChatGPT put a Hawks hat because I said Hawks. And I literally put in the prompt, I was like, come on, man. What is this? Like, I literally, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'd be talking to the prompt like they're a human being. I'm like, come on, man. You just like, what is this? I was like, put a Ravens hat. Then they put the Ravens hat, and the Ravens hat was like a jumbo hat. And I was like, make the hat smaller. Like, come on, man. I thought, all right, so thank you, Deesh. I thought this comment when it said better D on Kuminga, I thought you were making a Don King joke. And it's just D on Kuminga. But shout out to Don King, man. Shout out to Joe Jackson. I watched some Joe Jackson interviews. I watched the Piers Morgan Joe Jackson interview where it feels like Joe Jackson gave Piers Morgan some money. Like, Piers Morgan was like, hey, this chap might have gotten a bit of a bad rep over the years. We have Joe Jackson in the building. And Joe, you said you might have you might have been a harsh disciplinarian, but you certainly did a good job as a parent. I was like, Pierce, my God, how much did he pay you? Vince.
You don't gotta drink Pepsi, Lefty. You just gotta dance for it.
That's right.
The only question I really had to ask you was, all right, so you obviously you were speaking on the other moves that you could play off of that back screen with OG and Cat. Could you delve a little bit more into that? Like, you know, the action off of that, if they don't give it to Cat, they go and double OG, or they go and crash when he goes to the paint with the ball.
Oh, then Brunson's open. See, that's the thing.
Open, and then what do we go from there if they have someone swing to Brunson? Is Brunson looking for another look? Do you think they have like a caveat off that play?
Yeah, I mean, I think they could. Yeah, they could switch on everything and just leave Brunson with whomever switches. Like, if OG's being guarded by who's OG being guarded? Okongwu. They could just leave Okongwu in the switch. I mean, Okongwu's been pretty decent on Brunson. Yeah. So I think they got to protect the glass. I also think nickel and diming is right. I think they're going to adjust the coverage and put Okongwu on they're going to do something different. They're definitely going to do something different. You know what I mean?
You don't think that they're just going back into this game and are going to repeat spam that play, right? You obviously think Brown's going to assume that they've
I don't know what.
That,
right? Let's put it like this. He's going to pan.
I mean, there's a million things that you can do off of that play.
Yeah. You also could reverse the ball and
Cat can drive off of that.
Cat, yeah. But also the Knicks have to run offense outside of that. Like, those guys aren't going to be on the floor forever. Now, the Knicks did hockey sub all of them out so that they could play together a lot of minutes. Like, they hockey subbed OG, Cat, Brunson, and Mikhail out of the game for Deuce, Clarkson, Alvarado, and Mitch. So that is one thing that I'm interested to see if they actually do that. Mike Brown's the type of guy, man, is like if he finds something he likes, he's gonna do the same exact thing the next game until it doesn't work. And it's like there's those memes. You ever see those memes of those high school football coaches? And it's like that one high school football coach that runs wing T. Have you ever seen them?
I ran wing T in high school. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's like
I was the wing back.
yeah, it's like run it again, and he's like got those eyes light up. You know what I mean? It's like
Run the jet sweep one more time. Do it again.
yeah, it's like these guys think these guys feel like geniuses when those plays work, and it's like until it's 3rd and 7, they're gonna run it. What's up, Alexander? What's going on?
Yeah, just joined the space. It's interesting. You brought up the sample analogy of football, high school football featuring the wing T backfield, and referring to what we're talking about the basketball, the Knicks and basketball and Brown and how they're approaching strategies where you implied that they're falling in love with certain things and then become predictable. They become predictable, and that definitely is a no-no in any sport at any level. You don't want to tip your hand to your opponent. That makes it just that much more easier for your opponent to make their adjustments and deal with things. You definitely want to keep the opposition a little bit off balance, not comfortable with what they're seeing, so that they get a little dizzy out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I think that you don't want to tip your hand. You don't want to become too predictable. There was a situation with the Knicks in that second unit in Game 2 where they played Atlanta now 2 times, right? They played them at the end of the regular season, then in Game 1, and basically Atlanta knew every single action they wanted to run with that McBride, Clarkson, Shamet, OG, Mitch lineup, and that's where the Knicks looked the most predictable in this series. The other part where they're predictable is with Jalen with the ball in his hands and he's looking for switches. But I would say that the fact that there's multiple actions you can run out of running Cat as the hub, the predictability doesn't really matter because you have to stop 3 different looks. It's really on the Knicks to execute the correct take. That's really what it is. So they know what's coming, but can they actually stop it? You know what I mean?
The fact is that the Knicks, they have 2 very likely future Hall of Famers that are basically in their prime, right? That, is one of an advantage to have on your team that kind of a formidable unit. I mean, of 5 players, two of the starters who are healthy, and the rest of the supporting cast are healthy right now for the Knicks. But having 2 very probable future Hall of Famers in their prime on your starting core team, and it should make your job of deciding what to feature on your team for strategies, offense and defense both. Considering that, it makes your job easier. So and I don't think it has been really highlighted or featured by Brown as a fact that what he has to work with. And I think that's a mistake. I could be wrong, but I really think that's a mistake. Brunson and Town, are quite a handful for any opposition to deal with on both sides of the ball if they're utilized correctly by coaches. That's what I think.
Yeah. Do you have a prediction for tonight's game, Alexander?
Yeah, I predict that the Knicks are going to continue to do what really is, even if they have underperforming head coach, which I think the Knicks are too good for they've been too good. I think the Hawks have been playing over their heads, and irregardless, the Knicks are just too good to lose in the first round to an Atlantic Hawks 2016. The Knicks are going to end up, winning the next. They're going to close out the series without losing any more games. And every game that they win, including tonight and including last 2 nights ago, are going to be double-digit dominant. From the tip-off to the final buzzer, the Knicks are going to be true to form, which really is. The Knicks are a much better team than the Hawks, and that's my prediction. The Knicks tonight by 20.
Alexander, where are you from?
Wow. Originally, I'm from Hudson County, New Jersey.
What, like Union City?
I was born in Jersey City.
Oh, okay.
And raised right next to Union City in a town that people think is part of Bergen County, but it's not. It's just north of Jersey City and borders Jersey City, Union City, West New York. It's called North Bergen, but
North Bergen, absolutely.
No, it's not Bergen County.
It's not Bergen County.
That's right. It's just like Jersey City, where I was born, Hudson County.
All right, Alexander.
Thank you.
You invite me over for Thanksgiving one of these years, all right?
Okay, sounds good. Hey, what's your prediction on, give me a score prediction.
Man, you're putting me on the spot. I think the Knicks win tonight's game. I think they get out to a double-digit lead. I think Atlanta makes a run in the third quarter, makes it close, and I think the Knicks pull away at the end of the third and close in the fourth quarter with Jalen Brunson getting some big shots to close the game. I'll go 107 to 102. All right, the Knicks by 5.
By 5? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll remember once the game is transpired. But, mine is the Knicks dominate throughout Game 5 and Game 6. They're going to win both the games, which will be 3 in a row after falling behind in the series 2-1. But they're going to do it in a dominant way. Can I say something real quick?
Go for it. Real quick, though.
There's a strange aspect to this series. First of all, in regards to what I feel is an Atlantic Hawks team who are playing over their heads. Okay, I could be wrong, but that's the way I feel. But the fact is that there's a weird aspect to what could be. Atlanta could have been up 3-0 realistically, because I really feel, and I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
All right, Alexander. All right, I got you. Yeah, I got you, Alexander. I got you. They could be down 3-0. That is true. I know. Alexander, man, keep it funky for me in North Bergen, man.
They could have been up 3-0 before losing yesterday.
Yeah, I could have had a bologna sandwich for lunch too.
But you don't understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I have a screenshot posted.
No. Lefty, the host. Lefty, usage.
I have a screenshot posted with a still shot of McCollum's on denied call in Game 1. I have a screenshot showing that the ball was out of his hand, and it would have been a 3-pointer.
Are you're talking about the regular season?
I'm talking about the first game of this series. Okay, the Knicks won that game. Okay, and McCollum's half-court shot at the buzzer was called off by the referees as too late. And I have a still shot.
Alexander, can you hear me? That was game 79, bro.
What?
Yeah, that was the regular season. That was game 79. That was in the regular season. We gotta go.
No, it wasn't. It was game 1.
Yes, it was. Yes, when McCollum hit the half-court shot and didn't count, that was game 79.
I hope I hope you're mistaken, because then I feel.
No, I'm not mistaken, because the game was in Atlanta. Game 1 was not in Atlanta. Game 1 was in
I'm not saying it was in Atlanta. I'm saying that the Knicks won that game, and that McCollum's buzzer beater at the end of the game.
What the hell are you talking about?
Sweet Christmas. God damn it.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to Brutus'
Billy, how you doing? Well, I got my invite to North Bergen. Yo, I'm telling you right now, if you're yawning in the space, we got you some relaxation, man. You're gonna be blitzed with your eyes open for the next 3 hours.
Why did I accept this shit? I can't do one fucking happy now. Why did I accept it? I didn't know you accepted it. God damn. Fuck. I went helped 3 customers, came back, and one of them still gone.
But I think there was a McCollum half-court shot, but he didn't make it in game 1.
I mean, game 1 and 2, I think we were winning for like 40, a ridiculous amount of minutes. I think they were winning for maybe like 4 or 5 minutes in the first 2 games.
All right. Okay. You guys realize that you're texting me and I can see what you're saying, right? And you could also just tell me right here, right? Oh my God. All right, we got it. Laugh out loud. Damn, I gotta mute you. I gotta mute the damn Deej. Relax. Relax, bro. What's with people today? Haha. Damn, Alexander. You're doing a little too much requesting right now. All right.
Usually when the plane lands, man, they'll probably go get something to eat, take some nap, wait for the next thing manifest. Good God.
Yeah.
Well, gotta go.
What are you doing? Oh, you in Lowe's?
Man, Lowe's. What the heck?
Thank you, whoever that was. I nearly fell asleep. Oh, man, the comments are going crazy, man. You know, it's funny, man. You know, it's funny. There was a time. There was a time, man. I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but there was a time. There was a time. Do you remember the time? There was a time. All right, man. We are coming up on 7:15. Let's go around the league real quick. We got NBA action. I believe we have NBA action tonight, other than the Knicks. We got the Sixers up on the Celtics right now in Boston through the first quarter. It's 10-6. Sixers with the lead. We got Paul George with 6 points leading the way. Is Embiid playing? Yes, he is. And we got Queta, Brown, White with 2 apiece. So that game is hit a break right now. There's 6:09 left in the first quarter. I guess what channel is that on? Not exactly sure. But the Celtics are down in that game. Do you guys give any chance to Philadelphia to get back in the series?
No, but it's on ESPN if you're wondering. No, I'm not for over, bro. It's a wrap.
Is over? I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
I see.
It doesn't look right, and I think when they try to force him to play, it almost makes it worse because they have to like kind of slow down for him. So it's not a good thing.
Got it. Yeah, man. And then we got later on tonight, I believe we got a Trailblazers Spurs game. You guys give the Trailblazers any shot or no?
Nope.
So you think 2 series are ending tonight?
They die tonight too. Yeah, probably. Yeah, Spurs are a good team.
Now, let me ask you a question about Detroit. Do you think Detroit could I think Detroit could win game 5. But
Yeah, it's over in 6.
you think they close them out in 6?
Yeah, it's over in 6. It's over in 6, man. I've seen enough. Yeah, I think they got Jalen Durant and the jigsaw puzzle. Yep.
I didn't watch any of that game. I was cutting wood, but is anybody else's ESPN getting like choppy, or is that just me?
Mine's okay right now.
My shit is crazy right now. This can't be, bro. But it's 13-8 right now. I don't know what the hell's going on with my TV, but ESPN looks terrible. All right. Let's take a look at the chat, man. I'm just going to read what you guys said, man. I'm just going to read what you guys said. Okay. This is, hey, Papa Left. I don't ever speak in your spaces, but I'll comment here on YouTube. Appreciate all the content you put out. You deserve all the success from this content journey. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. That's definitely a much needed comment at this time. RRD-TT6ZW.
Man, thank you for your contributions.
Absolutely, man. This is Scott Engel. Do you think Deuce is now rounding back into his best form? I watched a little bit of Deuce in the playoffs from 2 years ago. I don't think Deuce can get up there like he likes to. We haven't seen Deuce like go for that rim run attack or block or anything like that. We've seen him hit some big shots. We've seen him make smarter decisions with the basketball. Game 2 is a horror show. But you know, I think he's serviceable at this point, and he's better than Mikal Bridges in terms of his offensive production. So I'll put it like that. Killer Kamikaze says, what's a hedge with the Jamaican flag? Yeah, man. I think what's a hedge is over, man. I think people finally figured that shit out. Sometimes I'll be asking what's a hedge, and it just don't even hit no more. It's just people be like, a hedge is when you defend what? When you defend a pick and roll? Next. I was like, killed all my fun. I should have never asked that question. Rayology says, this hashtag disingenuous. Hope all is cool with you and Michelle and everything else on your end. It is not. I mean, not with our marriage, but we are going through some issues with my mother-in-law. Definitely keep her in prayer. She's in the hospital. You guys don't know this, but Michelle donated her kidney to her mom years ago. So she's having issues with her kidney. My mom's been a social worker in dialysis for the last 20 years as well. So there's like some, like my mom's like doing personal social work and you know, there's just a lot of issues, man. There's just a lot of issues over there. And we just, hopefully she gets discharged from the hospital today. So she can go back home and start better treatment. But yeah, we were dealing with that this week. Appreciate you, man. Rheology says, everything I've heard from every corner of Nickdom revolves around our identity and being consistently inconsistent. My hope is do whatever's necessary to win. I also don't know which version I'm getting. I could feel you saying that as such a Rheology comment. So much so that I'm going to read it in your voice. Everything I've heard from every corner of Nickdom revolves around our identity of being consistently inconsistent. My hope is do what's necessary to win. I also don't know which version I'm getting. It's just a genuine bullshit that keeps getting in the way. It's political MSG bullshit. Yo, he really be getting in on that shit, bro. The syllables be hitting. Josh B. Josh B's in the space. I got him. I took him from Brutus. I ain't take nothing from Brutus. I literally just hosted a space without caring about what other people are doing. You know, it's made me think. It's like, does CP the franchise check in on the block at 7 o'clock? Does Macri check in on the block? Why should I? What a panel. What a panel. Yeah, like, you know, don't blame me. I didn't do nothing but just try to be successful, I guess, or do what I like to do. So like going to LA Fitness, I just like, I gotta wait for like 10 people to join to start a basketball game, or can I put some shots up? Damn. Twitter just reminded me that I'm starting a space. Man, I ain't gonna have the time all the time, but right now I got the time. I just want to win the game. I got you, Rayology. Oh, Lord, land the plane. For the white folks in the space, Lort is. I'll explain it another time. Pac-Man Man says, "NY sports fan, what are you gonna do with him?" It's true, man. He's got the cadence of a New York sports fan. There's nothing you could do to save him in that spot other than give him a parachute. Sometimes it's like Billy and the paratroopers. I'm sure like there's that one guy at the top. He'd be like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Man, you train, man. Kick his ass out the plane. Let's go. Release your parachute.
Put your knees in your chest.
Yeah, dude. Put your knees in your chest. It's time to go. You're killing Billy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did put Billy like heart rate up on a level that's not. You know what I mean? Billy gonna be in the hospital soon too. Nick's Twitter, pray for me. Nick's Twitter, pray for me. I have to listen to Alexander. Yeah, man. Laugh my ass off. Man looked up Knicks versus Hawks on YouTube the next day and watched the regular season game, man. I know, bro. I think I know what he was talking about, but still he got it wrong. Like there's something about it that he got wrong. It's crazy. That was like watching paint dry. Yeah, man. That was the regular season game. The Killer Kamikaze says, "Thanks you to whoever that was. I nearly fell asleep. Sorry to the old fella." Yeah, Billy, you're a national treasure right now. You're like Mariano Rivera. Billy's probably helping somebody. He's the closer. Embiid 0 for 4 as we speak. That's from Yusuf. Scott Engel says, "Any good books on those shelves above you?" Yes. We got When the Garden Was Eden. We got Ray Lewis, I Feel Like Going On. We got The Last Enforcer about Charles Oakley, who was in the building for the Knicks in Game 4. We got Steinbrenner, The Last Line of Baseball. Great book, actually. One of the few books I've actually read on this shelf. The rest are for decoration. Sandy Koufax, I got that because I'm Jewish. That's it. I had the option. I was like, let me throw a Jew on the shelf real quick. It doesn't have the same ring as Elf on the Shelf. Then we got this book called The Breaks of the Game. That's about the Bill Walton Blazers. Apparently, it's a great book. I haven't read it yet. But Scott, I'm pretty sure you've read it. We got the Derek Jeter, Life You Imagine. I read that book when I was a kid. We got the John Wooden Pyramid of Success. I've read that. I haven't read this Bob Knight book, but I'm going to read the Bob Knight book because I've read the Bob Knight, The Power of Negative Thinking. It's a great book. I just couldn't get it. But that's that. I got How Newark Became Newark. That's just a real book. This is a Ron Burgundy book that I keep in my bathroom, but I put that there. This is The Rum Diary. That's like a real book. Finish What You Start. That's Michelle's book. The Winter Within. I read this by Pat Riley. And then I got other books like Wolf of Wall Street. Read that. Bird and Magic book. I haven't read that. And Andre Agassi book. I have not read that. And The Blood of the Garden. We got the Hennessy bottle on top. They're for decoration. I ain't read all that shit. Sal says he doesn't read Scottish, just performers, so they think he's smart. Yeah. Like, I know you guys know I'm not smart, but like for random people coming in, they're like, oh shit, he's a smart guy. He reads books. You know what I mean? Hoping.
You're a fucking teacher. Of course you read.
I don't read.
Now, Billy, on the other hand,
Yo, I ask my kids, I'll be like, do you guys want to read? And I hope they'd be like, yes. Damn, I said I'd stop trolling. Never mind. Yeah, you can't help yourself. Scott Engel says, laugh my ass out. Laugh my ass off. I'm sorry. Scott Engel says, Tony certainly wouldn't have books above him. He hates to read. Yeah, Tony hates to read. Yeah, that kind of like bit him in the ass today, actually. All right. Yeah, I had the bow and arrow out today. I had the machete out today. I was knocking people off left and right.
What'd you do?
I just went on a blocking spree. You know what I mean?
You blocked Tony?
Yeah. I blocked Ari. I blocked a lot of people.
What Tony do? He holds no space.
Uh
You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Yeah.
Never mind. Not my
Yeah.
business. I'm retiring. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I blocked Tony because this shit ain't real. I texted him. I was like, you took that to Twitter. You could have just texted me. And then he was like, you was doing a lot. You was doing this. I was like, all right, well. Sal's getting credit for the fact that he's not blocked. But yeah, man. It's war. It's war on the timeline right now. I'm just letting you know right now. I ain't playing. I told people don't entertain that dude. They entertained that dude. They couldn't they're a fiend for the fiend. They couldn't stop. So I was like, all right, y'all think I'm playing. I am not Kim Jong-un. I will drop that nuke. I'm not Kim Jong-il. I'm not the Ayatollah. I'm not Trump. Like, I will drop. I don't talk and then not drop the nuke. I'm dropping the nuke. Nah, I'm dropping the nuke. Why? Because Trump did drop the nuke a little bit. He didn't drop the nuke. He didn't drop the nuke. He just, he dropped a couple bombs. He didn't drop the nuke. I didn't really drop the nuke either. I could have dropped the nuke. But yeah, I don't like people playing with me, bro. I don't like people playing with me. And I'm just not gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be nice when people play with me anymore. And watch me get successful. Watch. Man, I'm going to Brutus shit. Here, let me do a Brutus shit real quick. You want a Brutus space? I'll give you a Brutus space.
How many times is Cat gonna get the ball?
What's that dude's name? Oh. Here, I'll do a Brutus space. Hold on a second. Hopefully I don't get kicked off of YouTube for doing this. Yeah, man. So we just need Mitchell Robinson to get the ball a whole bunch of times. And maybe if Mitch wants to step out there and hit a couple threes and Cat can play a little two-man game, little Cat at the top, Mitch at the bottom. But I got to play this song real quick. Let's get ready for Game 5.
It's about to be something.
Let's get it, nigga.
You know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Buffalo stand up. The almighty. Bit Griselda in this motherfucker. Yeah.
Let's get ready to rumble.
You already fucking know, man. Told y'all niggas y'all got a fucking rap, man. Eastside Buffalo shit, Westside, man. Fucking fly guy, man. What was she gonna do? Rest in peace, man.
I know you gonna dig this.
Put on my shoes, nah, my hammer was first. Bulletproof the whip I used to take my grandma to church. I went gram for gram with the work, hand in hand on the first.
Bulletproof with the whip. I used to take my grandma to church. Mitchell Robinson will be amazing tonight. Step to me. Avon, you're not allowed up here. Mentality can get unlimited minutes, but Avon cannot speak anything. God bless you, Lefty. Keep it up. Keep killing it. Is Deej joining today? Yes, he is. Where's Mo at? Mo is selling cars, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Let's see, man. We got about 20 minutes till game time, man. Definitely feel free to come up and join right now. Going through the comments and stuff. So yeah, that's that. Jay from Florida is in the building. Let's shout out some people that are here. Jay from the East is in the building. Stunner Randy, aka uncle of Stunner Sandy. He actually is Stunner Sandy's manager. So if you guys want to actually see if you can get Stunner Sandy and Nick's Twitter, Hit up Stunner Randy. He's like real shit. Like, I'm not even lying. He's Stunner Sandy's manager. We got John Acevedo in the building. Big time bully Barrett style. Big time Molly Wop. We got Root Shiesty in the building. We got John G in the building. Remember, last time I shouted you guys out, I gave you credit for not being on meth. So shout out to you as well for not being on meth. We got Derek in the building, D Block. We got Josh in the building. We got Brandon, not on meth. We got Nick's Demon, not on meth. We got AJ Jackson, not on meth. We got King Deej, who's not on meth. We got Rob, who's not on meth. We got Nick's Galaxy, who's not on meth. We got Jim, who's not on meth. Nickel and Diming, not on meth. CE Analysis, the Cavs fan. He just left, but he's not on meth. Dave Awara, not on meth. Riri is not on meth. TC is not on meth. Javi is not on meth. Sunni is not on meth. Sonny, I should say. Is it Sunni Days? Is it a play on words? Potentially. I'm King Teach, and I just realized that it might be potentially a play on words. She might be Muslim and also saying sunny days. No. Andre's in the building. Yusuf, Nick's girl, Black Noir, Omari. Shout out to Omari Spellman, man. Well, fun fact about Amari Spellman. I actually had Amari Spellman at training camp on my show. But yeah, shout out to Nisha, original queen, first lady at Nick's Twitter. First lady ain't even good enough. Her and Melly are like literally the goats. I just remember when Smooth used to be like, Melly the goat. Melly the goat is in here. Shout out to the ladies. Smooth gotta see Smooth. This Smooth's calling. It was his wake up call. Get your ass back on Spaces, Smooth. Get your ass back on Spaces. You're not on Spaces. God is gonna punish you, man. Get your ass back on. Yo, I don't know what's going on with this team. It's like Obi left and his whole aura left. You know what, Leon Rose? Right your wrongs. Get Obi Toppin back in New York. It gets Smooth back on Spaces. Sunny Days says it's sunny. So what was wrong with the you? You didn't want to do sunny? You's like, oh, like, but you did do the you, but it's not the NNY. That's really tricky. That's like Run DMC tricky. Yeah. AJ Jackson's not on meth. Deej is not on meth. Rob is not on meth. Yeah, man. Shout out to Snotty in the building, man. We got a lot of people here. Be like Mike, Midtown Killer, Dip Horace. That was for you, Be like Mike. Dip Horace in the building. Dip Horace is the sneakiest space talker in the history of spaces. You will very seldomly see Dip Horace in a space, but when you do, he means business. He's giving a take. He's not like, I don't usually come up here, but I just heard you guys talking about. When he comes up, he'd be like, man, Cat, he's ass. What's going on with Cat today? Good for Dip Horace, man. Dip Horace don't play around. I'd love to hear from him too, but right now we got Nick. Nick, how you feeling, man? On a level 1 to 10, confidence.
Honestly, man, the Knicks can't play like assholes tonight. They got to come out same energy they had game 4. They can't, the Knicks will win the series by how they play. We're better than the Hawks. I'm not worried about what they do. It's how we come out and play, man. We got to come out with energy. We got to come out ready to guns blazing, playing physical defense. And that's it, man. Like, they kill themselves. They have to want this. There's X's and O's at this point in the series. I feel like is all you kind of could do. Cat is a mismatch for them, so they're gonna have to really come out and not be assholes today. Don't fucking go through the motions and really go and take this game to go back and put the pressure on them to win it. That's all. That's really kind of it, man. It's the X's and O's at this point. It's kind of over with. They gotta fucking play ball like they did game 4. Come out with guns blazing and get that guarding. Fucking, I want to hope want to hear the garden fucking shaking through my TV screen. You know what I mean? So like they kind of gotta bring it. Simple as that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, so 1 to 10 confidence level, man. I don't know if you heard me, but where are you?
I didn't hear you. This game, I think I'm gonna say I'll say 8.5. And my reserve is the Knicks themselves coming out how they play. That's my only reserve.
Okay. 8.5. Okay. What do you need to see for you to get to a 10?
I need to see, it's, like I said, how they came out game one. You know, playing physical defense, going for all the loose balls. You know, not playing with their food. You know, go if they get a 10-point lead, go for that shot kill. Don't let them get back in the game. You know, and then each quarter strong is really important, and then the half really strong is important for them. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's up to the Knicks. They got to go out and take this shit. Nobody's gonna, you know, they're the better team. Like there's no excuse at this point.
I just put up you got that's a good answer, and I put up what are the keys to victory tonight. Let me know in the comments what are your keys to victory, as we are 15 minutes away from the broadcast. King Deej will join me. I'm actually gonna open up the StreamYard right here and get that going. I'll actually get into the studio. Is it gonna boot me? Hey, Billy. Watch me try to do some dumb shit. Worst space host ever.
Dumbass.
I don't want to enter the studio because I think it's gonna boot me out of the studio. Jadakiss is performing. If I blocked you, just let me know your name and I'll unblock you. Today was a trench coat day for me. Too soon? Nah, today was a trench coat day. I was like, everybody getting it, bro. Everybody getting it. I did not see that Jadakiss is performing.
Yeah, halftime, I think.
All right. It's better than Fat Joe. Like if Fat Joe is performing, I'd take Hawks money line. I'm not even lying. And I'll be honest with you. If the Knicks lose game 5, JJ. Okay. JJ, I'll unblock you. I got you. Anybody in that space with earlier today got blocked. Literally anyone.
Who's coming up?
No one's coming up. Good on you for being understanding of it. I might not have been, so it's good for you. But what was I saying? Oh, D Black. If the Knicks lose tonight, expect $100 to your bank account because I'm betting Hawks money line just to get something out of it. I'm letting you know right now. Not tonight, but I'm saying if the Hawks win tonight, I'm betting Hawks money line for game 6, and I'm getting my money out of this. Like Knicks are not going to break my heart without me getting $100 out of it. So, or I'll just pay for the Knicks to win the series. But yeah, either way. I did that with the Sixers game 6. I did that with the Pacers game 7. Like, ain't no way I'm coming out of this with nothing, bro. I'm either paying for a dub or that's the situation.
Are you getting paid?
Yeah. John Acevedo says his keys to victory: keep the physicality, move the ball, don't let them out hustle us, get other guys involved early, don't be scared to use challenges, and keep the foot on the gas for all 48. It's good. Sounds very like Ritalin take. Like I had to read it really fast. Let me see. Let me pick one. Physicality, move the ball. Don't let them out hustle us. That kind of that should be a non-negotiable. Move the ball is a good one. Knicks got to move the ball. Get other guys turnovers. Yeah. Keep the foot on the gas for all 48 is also something like they did in game 4, I should say. I was really proud of them. Defend Reeb. This is from Hoops of Henley MD. I wonder what that means. And he's a doctor. What does that mean? What kind of doctor are you? He says defend, rebound, and keep Cat out of foul trouble. Has Cat ever been in foul trouble this series? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
Orange and Blue Sky says not confidence is as strong. A lot of actions can be ran out of the Cat OG back screen like D Black talked about today. My confidence goes to a 10 if McHale can hit some corner threes and if the D over helps. If the D over helps on McHale. Well, if McHale scores and OG scores, we're usually in. Michelle, you all right? Michelle? You good? All right. Yeah, there's chicken out there if you still want. I'm live. You want to come on? Why don't you come on? Here.
Hey.
Oh, look at the dog.
Look at the dog.
That's it. That's all you got. She's just gassed because the camera, like, really good. It shows her lighting very well. No, Sal, you can't have any chicken. You can't have any chicken, Sal. Honestly, if Sal came over my house, I'd literally make him order McDonald's. And then I'd eat his McDonald's. But we're about to get out of here soon. Deej. Are you ready to start the show, Deej? Let's get through a couple more keys to victory. Let me just add this. Let me remove this screen. This should close my door. I definitely need something else to eat, though, before this thing starts. Deej, what's up?
Thank God I was waiting. This is the worst pregame I've heard. This shit is ass, bro. This shit is fucking ass. He wanted me to be a part of this. No, sir. No, sir. I like my free time.
Yeah, but you're going to be there in postgame.
Yeah, I'm there. Lost and loaded.
Best since day one says don't play with the food and focus on JB distributing the ball. You think Brunson's going to be point guard Brunson or shooting guard Brunson tonight?
Shooting guard Brunson.
That's scary. Tamir says give Cat the ball and get the hell out of the way. I added the hell. Should be fucked though.
Just give Cat the ball and get the fuck out of the way. Jalen Brunson is the problem with the Knicks. Everything goes back to Jalen Brunson.
I gotta find out what channel is at least.
4 on my end, Clyde. Ty says low turnovers. Yo, I almost blocked. Yo, it's crazy. The way my gun was working today was crazy. You want to know how crazy my gun was working? I saw Have Not and Ari, and I chose Ari. That's how crazy my gun was working today. I was like, I can't blame Have Not because he's just Have Not. He's just stupid, right? It's like fucking thing. I was like, Ari, you should have known better. Pow! I don't care, man.
Yeah, you say that now.
I don't, Breedy. I am the Connect. That's what I realized today. I am the Connect.
You are not the Connect.
I am Cloud. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I am Cloud. What's the worst that can happen? They're gonna talk about me. I am Cloud. Good. Good. We got game 5, folks. Breedy.
Yeah, like send them me, jackass.
You think I should stop right now?
I wish you would shut the fuck up about it already. It's fucking terrible juju. Terrible juju.
What's going? So why don't you lighten the mood? Why don't you lighten the mood, calculator man? Wow.
The assignment. Go with the assignment. All right? It's tied 2-2. If it was win or die last time, it's win or die this time too.
I don't believe that.
I want to say win or die, but yeah, he's not locked in, Jeremy. I get it. Fuck in, man. Lock in. This is like a once.
You don't get too many of these opportunities. If we fucking lose, the team is getting blown up, and we're gonna be in the doldrums for another half decade to a decade, man. Lock the fuck in. Lock the fuck in. That's my message to everybody. Lock the fuck in. Thank you.
Brunson's gonna make one turnover, and Jeremy's gonna like drop out. Blow up this team. We're gonna see on halftime. We're gonna see on this halftime, bro. I'll tell you what, Deej, are we giving the Knicks the out of the comeback tonight, or are we just shitting on them the second they get down? What are we doing?
Give them the comeback kids.
Because they're at home, right?
Yeah, only because they're at home. If they was on the road, we could show them. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Yo, it's going to be a lot of pressure, folks. It's going to be a lot of pressure. The Knicks haven't won a Game 5 in a very long time. A very long time. Do you guys know when is the last time the Knicks won a Game 5?
The one I put.
2023, Cleveland.
No, 2024 Pacers.
Correct.
I posted it this morning.
Who gives a fuck? Lock in. Damn, I'm here crying like a little bitch. All right, it's over with. Lock the fuck in. I agree.
That's pretty. I had an egg roll. Chinese food.
JD. I agree.
By the way, speaking of JD, if the Knicks advance to the second round, I'm gonna have JD on the show.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. That is a true story.
Jermaine Dupri.
No, I did lie about getting Mill Media, but just because I said it now, I think like I am. I'm saying like I'm gonna fake it till I make it. I'm gonna get Mill Media in the room. I'm gonna do it. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here. It's my first time in a play-by-play space. I'm gonna get it. Rook Shiesty. Rook Shiesty, you're an agent, right? So I'll talk to you about it. Pay me in whoppers. Type shit. Pay me in whoppers type shit. How many people we got in here? We got 384 people in here. That's crazy.
It is crazy because this shit sucks.
Yeah, I'm going to Brutus shit.
I'm not even going to his shit.
I'm going to state shit.
I'm definitely not going to his shit. But she's going to give me some hope. This shit is ass. Can you send the link?
All right, Brainy. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna send it. Hold on a second. Let's see if I enter the studio here. I'm still live.
Oh, space by the end.
No. Shut up. It's not.
Worried about everything but the play-by-play, Brady. Come on, lock in.
Brainy.
Jump in right now.
Media assets. New York Knicks. Banners. Let's go. Show.
I'm gonna say it because I'm Deej and I can say it. If we lose, everybody blame Lefty. Facts. Hey, you didn't have to say it for that shit was gonna get done. I gotta say it out loud though. I gotta say it because now, in the last 30 minutes, I don't feel confident about this team. He sat here all day and divided the whole fan base, man.
Good. Good. Nick's Twitter is dead. Good. Oh, by the way, Nick's Twitter has never had an NBA championship, so it's about time we pick sides. I sent it. Are you gonna join?
I'm trying to. I'm waiting for you.
Nick's Twitter's been unified, divided, had fights, whatever. There's no chips, so I'm trying to switch things up.
I'm definitely about to enter this shit. I'm about to walk in the house in 1 minute.
Deej, are you joining?
Yeah, I'm attaching it on my laptop then.
Oh, so you wanted to get up on the show.
Well, I mean, you gotta flex. You gotta hurry up, bro.
All right, I'm ending this space. I'm gonna start the show in literally 28 seconds. Watch this content be sandwiched. Watch this. Bye-bye. Check out all my videos. Subscribe to York Knicks.